Everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to some more Element TD2, but instead of Wholesomeverse, I'm actually joined by my brother for this video. He saw us playing Element TD2 and said, like, hey, can we play together? And so I hit record and we played some. Mostly to test out new towers and play around with different layouts in a more curated sense. Wholesomeverse, we don't really get to mess around too much. I mean, maybe we do. I always feel the pressure of doing well, and instead I want to feel the pressure of screwing around and coming up with interesting layouts and finding out which towers actually feel good. So that's what we're going to do. Hope you enjoy. Alright, do we want to start over and actually use this better layout? And we could go slower if you want to.
Yeah. I think I just needed, like, you're right, like, is there a way to pause the game and, like, look at it? Because you can, like, vote on a pause, right?
You kind of can.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm happy to restart it. I just, I feel like I want to think for just a moment more about this, and then we...
Sure. This part of the reason why I wanted to do this is so I can actually figure out, like, okay, what is a good layout? We can also play non-teams if you want to do non-teams, but that's a little bit more disconnected.
I think teams is a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the things that disappointed me watching the free-for-all video was that, like...
We didn't work together much?
I think especially that some of them were, like, against working together.
I mean, that's literally just orbital potato.
I think it made some funny content, but it also, like... I was really interested to see kind of what you could accomplish in the game as in a team multiplayer game. Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready to try this again.
You should be able to join.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saddle up.
All right.
Yeah.
Elements. Actually, I picked light it just because it's a pretty strong element, but I think that actually one of us going for some elements that might be included in.
Yeah, so one of us should go fire and earth, one of us should go water and let's see, water and Okay, there we go. Alright, you gotta do defense?
Yeah.
And now all we have to do is figure out how to link them up to become heinous.
The other thing I was gonna say is we actually are incentivized to leak to each other early on. Because we essentially want to get as much interest as possible. We want our defense to drag it out as long as possible. If our creeps are going through the whole map, which I guess includes getting through both my and your defenses at the end, that'll get us more interest ticks.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna put a blocker right here, at least for now, just to slow things down. And that way they'll at least have to go kind of to the right.
Ready? Mighty fine.
So, what I'm thinking, by the way, as far as division, now that we've got kind of the intro for both of ours set, I think I should just take this lower quadrant and maze it as best as I can, and then you should take the upper right quadrant and maze it as best as you can, if that makes sense.
That sounds good.
That way we don't have to worry too much about incompatibilities.
Do we have to think some about mazing or something? Like, because they'll have to meet at some point and go through the same path, so we have to think about how they
as long as you don't block anything.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm probably just gonna have them go back and forth a bunch here. Probably.
Yes.
Though we could also pause it. You want to pause so you can look at things? Let's do it.
I think it. So I think the main thing to think about is there might be some ways to reuse each other's maze a little bit more, right? And
maybe,
we also, if we can get them to go past certain points more, and that probably happens naturally if we maze it really efficiently.
Yeah.
I think we already have something pretty close to that, actually. So I shouldn't worry about it too much. I think what you suggested actually is very close to kind of the uses that I'm thinking of. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm ready to keep going with that.
Yeah, I'm mostly wondering if I just want to get them all to unify first, or if I want to get them to zigzag. Yeah, I'll probably want to have them unify.
Unify is, you mean both, like, parts
So,
of the maze up first?
put like a zigzag going from the bottom portal up to the top, so they all enter through kind of a choke point in the top, and then they kind of zigzag back and forth within the remaining space. I think it's a little less space efficient, but I don't have to worry about one side being that much faster than the other. I don't know. We'll see how it shakes up.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, unpausing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna take forever to get enough towers, though, is the one issue.
Maybe I'll go well towers. That sound good?
Okay, I'll go blacksmith.
I mean, not necessarily that we need to go for them directly, but just account for that when you're thinking of what your build is, that it should include
Yeah, so
the maximum
you
level
need to
of wall
go.
towers.
You need to go at least 3 fire and 3 earth, and I need to go at least 3 water and 3 nature, and then I have to decide what my last one's gonna be.
There's spare to dip into enough for like a 3-element tower. I think there's like not enough to get like maximum of both
I
well
think you
and
get-
blacksmith on your own.
No, you cannot. I think you either get 10 or 11 choices over the course of a run. So you can get interest, and then you can get 3 of 3 different elements, and then like maybe 1 or 2 spare. I forget the exact math because I, oddly enough, have never felt the need to memorize it.
Oh, hell yeah.
If interest is really worth it or not. I feel like
I always start with it, just because the first 20 or so waves you can just get by without any kind of special towers.
But I'm wondering in like the really hyper-optimized build if that like extra element pick ends up making a really big difference.
But you lack so much money as a result.
Yeah, right, that's
So,
true.
In the 8-player co-op round that we did, I had as much DPS as Orbital because I picked better towers than he did, but he had like almost twice as much money as I did, just because of his tower choices.
Yeah, I haven't really came to a conclusion of if the like Tesla towers are really kind of like the primo tower I want them to be.
You mean the lightning towers?
Isn't the Tesla tree tower? Isn't that the one?
Oh, Tesla tree.
Yeah, it seemed like that was
it
your
does
favorite.
a stupid amount of damage. Main benefit for it is it has pretty good scalability, so it just one-shots a lot of the Ronalds.
Yeah, that's
well
true. I guess
past.
it's probably just that like eventually you're not one-shotting everything, and then it's like
Yeah, but at that point, most other towers aren't even scratching them, so I don't know. It's hard to say. I think the trick at that point is to just have such a long layout that you have the most amount of time you could possibly need.
Oh, I said I would take Bell Tower. Are you also taking it?
I thought you said you were going blacksmith.
Oh no. I think that's okay, but if I misspoke, I guess we both ended up with the same two.
It might have been mine. Okay, I'll switch. Because I can use the extra... I don't know what water, fire, earth, and... Water, fire, earth together. Is that actually... That's got to be a combination,
It's always
right?
a combo.
Yeah,
Well,
just,
it,
I'm
like
having
it
trouble
represents all
finding it.
combinations of like 3 and 4.
Now I
mean, it'll be
look.
Yeah, it'll be under one of the 3.
Wait. It would help if I wasn't looking under the fire section. Okay. So, Tsunami... Tsunami Tower. I've never tried the Tsunami Tower.
So
Could be interesting.
if you get it early enough, it can just like kind of single clear waves, is my understanding for it.
I've never tried it, so.
Sir. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
Gains a charge per second and 2 charge per creep hit. Tidal wave, hitting all creeps in range. Ooh. Yeah, I can see that being good. I think my big issue is the manual activation. Is either kind of a mess, but I know exactly where I'll put it.
Yes.
Am I excited about manual activation?
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
I just always forget, is my main problem. Trying to think of...
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know,
just keeping it all in your head.
Yeah. Like, MMOs have certainly helped me over the years of like, oh yeah, I actually have like buttons that I should press occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm still very much influenced by the Barbarian from Diablo 2.
Yes.
What do you mean attack abilities? I hit stuff. Stack passives.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one problem with this layout is I cannot tell if we're leaking yet or not. I wish they actually color-coded them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Like,
something.
am I in
'cause
trouble
it's-
this next wave? I can't tell.
Yeah. Because I see guys going by and I'm like, did I goof and
Yes.
leak those, or am I good?
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
Because I can never quite tell.
Mighty fine,
Yeah, I guess
mighty
it's the
fine.
direction they're going, right?
Yeah.
Kind of look at the arrows and almost parse it out.
Yeah.
I was just staring at it thinking like, oh, do I have enough towers to fight this thing? But you're right, if you don't know exactly how many units are coming at you, that's a bigger problem.
Yes.
Okay, you said you were switching to blacksmith?
Yeah, I'll switch to blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready.
Might be a good map for impulse towers.
Yeah.
You're already pretty close to that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can already make them.
Yeah,
Sir. Yeah.
let's see. Maybe I should go...
I do certainly like the impulse towers.
Yeah.
They have some interesting potential.
Yes.
Damage is multiplied by distance traveled over 1,000.
Sir.
Yeah.
Um,
Because my main
I
point at
get-
the moment is
Yeah. Mighty fine, mighty
I
fine.
want to spend the resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of my issue with not knowing if they're going to be hitting the end portal or not is it's almost impossible for me to get good feedback of like where is the weak point in my defenses
Yeah.
and what do I need to shore up.
Mighty fine,
go for
mighty
Nova
fine,
Towers.
mighty fine. Ready. Yeah. Sir. Yeah.
I let that light through at the wrong time, didn't I?
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna mess us up. If it's a light 1, now if it was like a light 2, I'd be sweating. But because it's just a light 1, I think it might legitimately be weaker than most of these basic enemies.
Oh, I might leak some at this point. Yeah. A mistake.
Yes.
I think we have a lot of water towers and not a lot of, well, definitely not a lot of fire.
Probably a well tower at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I suppose a light tower would be pretty good now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what a lot of the different towers were.
They've changed it too.
Some of them. I think a lot of the 3 element towers are the same.
Yes.
Actually, one of the funny things I'm running into is that when they're looping back around, I think this is not necessarily a negative thing, but on the like second loop around, they brings both of the towers near my towers at the same time from like both sides of the wave. So they end up like spending time kind of doing something that maybe isn't the right thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, impulse towers are pricey.
Yes.
Any level 3 tower, yeah.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
So I wanted Nova,
Yeah.
which is gonna be fire.
Oh, hell yeah.
What do I have? Ooh.
Mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty pickle, mighty fine, mighty fine.
Ah, this map isn't quite perfect for what I'm trying to do. That's fine.
Oh, just like getting it to maze properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
That's pretty good. I've never used the Vapor Tower. Like, there's a couple of these towers that seem like they'd actually be really fun to play around with. Like, Vapor and Solar are the two that I've pretty much never messed with. And Geyser.
Let's see.
I don't know about Geyser.
Vapor's the one that gets...
Hits all targets in range, splits damage equally, but does more damage per target hit. Which I feel like
okay.
could actually be really good at major choke points.
I mean, wouldn't you rather just have an AoE one if it's splitting damage?
But it
might
does
be
more
like
damage, more targets it's hitting. So if it's hitting,
But it-
like...
That might be subtly worse than just like a big AoE tower, right? It has to be like more than 100% more per target. Or like,
True.
well, I guess, yeah, what's the scaling on that? There's something subtle about that. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're splitting among all of them,
Yes.
I guess the real question is, how much damage does it do?
Yeah.
are the tooltips not helpful for that?
I guess the easier answer is I can see per wave how much damage it's doing. It's okay. It's not great. My solar towers, on the other hand, are doing a lot of damage. But it is legitimately weaker than I thought it would be. Yeah, because I have two solar towers that combined are doing 76,000, whereas the one vapor tower did far less than half. So what else can I make? So I've done vapor, I've done solar. I don't think I want to do mushroom. Golem or quake.
We just make sure that we've covered everything, right?
Kinda.
Difficulty's on normal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't overtune it or anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got Nova and Windstorm covered. I think I'm gonna start leveling up for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we get lots of slow towers, that'll extend it even longer.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't mess around with slower debuff as much as I think I should.
Certainly more interest ticks.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm having trouble keeping an eye on which direction they're coming from as well. Especially after I like changed the mazing.
Yes.
Ready? Yeah.
I feel like I have some extra blocks here that are unnecessary, but maybe they're good tower blocks, so I shouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah. Mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
I had forgotten about blocks for a moment.
Oh yeah, just eventually there's just... I don't know that I can actually add any more that improve the mazing at all here.
No.
Yes.
Does it not let you place something that's necessary to a path, right?
You know, I have no idea.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
Do you have things you want me to put a well tower near?
Not yet.
Probably your vapor
I mean,
tower, right?
yeah, probably next to the vapor tower. Like the two right next to where I'm standing. No, actually, no. Those are good choke point towers. I don't know.
About just south of the vapor tower.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
As long as it's within range, it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
Yeah, what's this one's gimmick? Ah, yes, this is the one that comes back. I feel like
Yeah.
the undead waves often get me because I just like I'm not
They
really
give me the
accounting
most.
for like
Yeah.
I think of all of the unit or buff types, that's the one that always gets passed.
they should be more vulnerable to AoEs, I think, or something like that. But it kind of
Yes.
declumps them a little bit, so.
Ready? Sir. Yeah. Sir. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I see a really great spot for a Nova Tower, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is its AoE? It says hits all creeps in range. Oh, I see. Its range is just 900.
Sir.
What is this thing's range? 900.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in retrospect, I probably... no, you could probably put a Nova Tower down next to my Vapor Tower.
Yeah.
Huh.
That one actually got through.
Yes.
Yeah. Guess I'll up the game a little bit. Want something that can just the obelisk towers explodes whenever it switches targets. I just want something that tags a bunch of different things.
Sir.
I'm gonna put it over here. It's gonna be a little bit in your space, but I think it should be good there. Where should the Nova Tower go?
Probably right next to my Vapor Tower.
Yeah.
Wow. Geyser Tower actually does a lot of damage.
Which one?
Geyser Tower. I hadn't used that one yet. I was curious to see if it was good. And one Geyser Tower is actually just better than any of my duo towers.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be balanced so that the max level duo tower 3 and 3 is supposed to be like similar level to a max level like 2 elements. But I haven't figured out whether or not the quads are supposed to be like somewhere in there yet.
I think the quads are yeah. I've had better... Well, I guess I've only used a couple of the quads. There aren't a whole lot of, like, pure direct damage ones.
Yeah, I guess they're probably intended to be more as utility towers than to really be like your kind of meat tower.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of a funny element of the money tower is almost just the fact that it's one of the most straightforward towers actually in its actual operation. Is it every 5 waves that you get an element? Was that what it was?
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
Yes.
I was mostly just I have an element pick, but it's a level 2, and I was like, oh, do I send this through or not at this point in time? Yeah, so I have Windstorm and the Nova towers, and both have slows attached to them. Actually, these obelisk towers are pretty straightforward as far as damage goes. Let's sneak in one here.
Quake oh,
Yes.
shoot. I'm gonna turn the sound effects down a bit. Which unfortunately turns down the cowboy. I'm just hearing constant. It's not the cowboy that's the problem. It's the it's just the towers attacking constantly. That is cooking my brain just a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I just immediately hit the master volume on that.
Wow. Okay, impulse towers apparently do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, just because they do like a lot of single target again, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, it did 300,000 damage compared to the 50,000 the rest of my towers have done.
Oh, you know, that's true. I haven't been paying any attention to,
The DPS meters?
yeah. Yeah, my one obelisk tower is just, like, gonna hit in the million, I think. It's like a pretty good obelisk tower location, though.
Which is the obelisk tower? What is
It's
that
a
under?
4 element under fire.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, obelisk. Yep, there it is. Oh, this is the one where it switches and it explodes.
Yeah. I think slows stack, right? I should be able to have both.
Just not the same slow.
Yeah. But if I just kind of spread a few of the Nova towers around the map, and then a few of the Whirlwind towers around the map.
Have you summoned a third element yet? Or are we kind of holding off on those?
I think we could do it at this point. I think you get into trouble if you just kind of beeline it, but I think at this point we would have no real issues. I'm gonna pop another Nova in your defenses that kind of doesn't overlap with mine. Sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Actually, I think there's one more place I could put a Nova Tower, and I think I'm gonna do that.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Sir.
Get as much coverage of these slows as possible throughout the area.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Yeah, if I've got an open spot, it's probably fine to just replace. How's my Quake Tower doing?
Yes.
Ooh, Quake Tower's pretty good. Let's see how that fire tower does before I summon another one. Oh, it's going down.
Ooh, what's Quake Tower under?
Earth?
Earth.
It's not as good as the Impulse. Well, but then again, that makes sense.
You don't... No, neither of us have Darkness, do we? Darkness doesn't really, like... Well, actually, the Jinx Tower would probably be good. I guess that's kind of a... Oh, no. There's there one that, like, amplifies damage?
Yeah, it's the,
Corrosion. Okay.
Yeah, Corrosion Tower. You can actually search, Amplify is what you're also looking for.
Oh,
so
that's
Incantation
cute.
Jinx. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if it hadn't been my miscommunication earlier, think about...
Eh, next time.
Yeah. Think about whether or not there are any Darkness Towers. I guess it depends on how the damage increase works.
Yes.
Oh, we're probably going to link that Fire 3, aren't we?
No, I don't think so. We might.
Oh, is that just the first time it goes around? Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's the first time it's going around.
That's
So
fine
it still
then.
has to go through my entire defense and yours. Oh yeah, because I have them going through my defense twice. Yeah, I'm not too worried.
Oh, yeah, that looks fine.
Almost. It's okay. I should have just gotten some impulse towers down to deal with it. I just figured we were probably fine, and I was wrong.
Mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine.
I guess I...
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Yeah, what's a good, like, catching tower at the end?
The Bloom Tower is really good. But,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you have light.
I can make a Bloom level 2. I'm not sure... Oh, no, I'm going to try and get Nature Net level 3, aren't I? Yeah, so these should both just be Bloom Towers.
Sir.
Yes.
Oh, I see you've managed to be... Well, I don't know, I guess it's unclear to me, are you hoarding more money, or are you just able to kill more of the creeps? Because I've built
Oh,
a lot
cool.
of slow towers.
I was probably being a little slow. Because part of it is I can't make any particularly really good towers at the moment. But I've got a Tsunami Tower, so I guess that counts for something.
Yeah. No, I think it's a little funny with kind of in the team game, because you can't share money exactly, right?
No.
But you are fully cooperating. I just had noticed your net worth had been kind of behind mine earlier, but now it's ahead. As with what
It's
exactly
because
you're
you got
doing.
your Orbital...
Yes.
Oh, there we go. It's because you got the Obelisk down early. That cost you a chunk, which meant my interest was suddenly
interest
higher
came
than
away?
yours. Yeah.
But the bounties aren't shared, right? I was paying some
No.
attention. It doesn't look like they are.
I don't think so.
Because the other thing you could do, and it's unclear to me which one would be better, would be to try and like get all the minion kills if you weren't playing cooperatively, but you still shared the same board or something weird like that. Yeah, I don't think it matters, but it like I guess a funny repercussion for it is you could end up in more of a lock state where if one person is getting all the kills and you haven't managed to accrue enough interest. I don't think that's something to worry about though. I just
So
remember that I
tsunami
can
towers
actually...
are...
Oh, yeah?
I was just going to say, tsunami towers are actually pretty cool.
Okay. Ooh, let's see. I suppose I have not covered the map in windstorm towers yet, have I?
Sir. Ready? Yeah.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Sir.
Making them jump. Is that a tower?
Mighty fine.
I think that's their ability. No, it's not.
They just got the hops.
Sir. Yeah.
Because I notice this happens on the regular, but I don't know why.
Yes.
Maybe it's the windstorm tower, actually. I feel like I've been seeing it more since I put out more of those.
Yeah. Sir.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Yeah.
I do like those, like, cannon towers that just are still sitting there. Oh, that's an arrow you've got.
Oh, yeah,
That
my...
one, right?
Sir.
I got
you
a
got a
couple of
few.
arrow towers and a couple of cannon towers.
Yeah.
I haven't quite decided what to do with
Yes.
them yet.
Ready? Yeah.
I'm not certain that the bloom towers... I guess I should have paid more careful attention. Because I'll be able to get them to level 2, but I'm wondering if they're worth it if I can't get them to level 3. I suppose they're still bloom 1, so I could actually still switch them over to Nova towers or other things.
Yeah.
Okay, I've switched all of my arrow towers at the very least to,
Yes.
Yeah. Ready?
let's see, all of my arrow towers are now impulse towers.
I had just been kidding around with them.
Yeah, but it's actually worth upgrading them into something useful.
You said that one of your towers was really good. What are the ones that are currently at the top of your chart?
So Tsunami is at the top with 3 million, followed by Impulse with nearly 1 million, and then Blacksmith Tower, which is kind of question mark. Quake Tower is surprisingly kind of bad.
Okay.
I was expecting...
had- Yeah, I
Let's
guess it's
see.
just a level 4 tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Obelisk Tower, I think should be pretty good this wave because it's weak to fire, but it only got 2 million, which means it's not really doing as much work as the Tsunami Tower. The real question is, what are we going to do about Ronald? I suppose just having max buff towers as many slows as possible.
Yeah.
And then anything else that increases damage. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter which level 4 tower we pick with the free, essence, right?
Yeah. How many more elemental picks are we even going to get?
Yes.
I think 1 is my hypothesis.
Yeah, that's probably it. So the question is, do I make it so I can get my impulses up to the next level? Which wouldn't be bad. Are they just consistently 4 times stronger? Yeah. So the difference between 4 and 3 is a factor of 4. Because option A, I get 1 more in water so I can get next level of impulse tower. Option B, I go Doom Tower and just start stacking a bunch of curses on things.
Oh. Because with Doom Towers, you probably want to go pretty, Let's see, refresh the duration. So you just want to get like a couple around them. You can't, it's not like a whole strategy. You just
Yeah,
kinda want them,
you
like,
just
little
want a
bit around.
bunch at the very beginning of both, if possible.
Would you want them to be kind of occasionally throughout?
Well, it refreshes the duration, but you want it to trigger. If it doesn't trigger, then it's a problem.
Does it trigger when they're below?
So,
No, it doesn't say anything about
refreshing the
that.
duration
Okay.
of existing stacks. After 20 seconds, stacks trigger. So
Yeah.
if specifically... Yeah, it could be a bit iffy.
It's unclear how that works exactly. I'm just gonna make both these Bloom Tower Wisps towers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the next level of Impulse rather than some weird level 4.
Impulse towers are pretty good. They should work well with the
Also,
just, like,
I
having
do not
slows
like
and keeping
Tsunami.
it back a lot. Oh, just
Tsunami
'cause you have
is
to activate
kind of
it?
rough. It's hard to select, too, is the other issue.
Oh, interesting.
Because, like,
What's
half the
its damage
time
at
I'm
this round?
clicking creeps, it's still 7 million.
7 million. Yeah, it's consistently better than my Obelisk Tower.
It's
we
because
going
I've got a
because-
couple of them in...
Oh, yeah.
Oof. That's because I got a couple of them in really good AoE locations.
Sir.
I'm gonna upgrade a few of these
Mighty fine, mighty
Nova
fine.
Towers. That should make a big difference. Just slow them down.
Sir.
Yes.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
I guess the other option is just more Tsunami Towers.
Sir.
If you only have one active to activate, you'll remember to do it.
Yeah. Sir.
Also, your well tower could use an upgrade.
Oh yeah, that's right. This would be pretty good force multipliers to apply.
Sir. Yeah.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
I forget if there's a way that I can upgrade.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want any more blacksmith towers anywhere else. I guess I'll just put them next to every single
Yeah.
one of your well
I-
towers, in
Right, I think
retrospect.
they should be close to like one for every like 4 other types of towers. And I'll try
Yeah.
to make sure I don't have too many like spam nothing towers.
Ready. Yeah.
Yeah, the other problem is I'm having trouble finding my cursor.
Oh yeah.
Sir.
This place needs a well tower.
Oh, that's useful. You can actually trigger the Tsunami Tower early. So I can actually just have all of my Tsunamis pop regardless of what stack they're at. Because I don't think it scales more damage.
Yes.
Oh, no, it does.
Oh, next wave is
So you-
Ronald.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Okay, so we should probably
Mighty fine,
spend
mighty
money.
fine.
Yeah.
Mighty fine,
Yeah.
mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Yeah. Sir.
Mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty
Let's
fine,
see.
mighty fine.
Yeah.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Sir.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Just wait for my final bit of interest to roll through.
Yes.
There it is.
Okay.
Mighty fine, mighty
Now to
fine.
quickly jam through some element picks.
Sir.
Mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Sir.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Let me know if you... Let's see.
Ready?
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Want me to put anything anywhere else? Oh, I think we're actually like full up.
Yeah, I ran out of blocks. I didn't expect that one at all.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Let's see, what am I doing?
This is definitely one of the smaller, tighter maps. Okay, so I have 17 impulse towers
Yes.
around the outside. They're pretty good, actually.
Sir.
Let's see, do I have any other
Sir.
under-upgraded towers?
Sir.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Yeah, so I'm like frantically going through trying to figure out where I could like spend money quickly.
Where are my goons that I don't need? It feels like we are actually over flush with cash, which is an interesting problem.
Mighty fine.
Yeah, I think almost I want to like redo the mazing
Yes.
to.
Ready?
I want to
I don't know
redo the
if we
mazing
could've-
so I have more blocks.
Yeah. Clearly
I
what we
do-
should do is actually just start playing on the 8-player maps. Just so we have unlimited space.
Oh, interesting. Does it let you do that?
Yeah, it scales spawn locations based on how many players you have. So what is your best at the moment?
Wisp Tower and Obelisk Towers are doing pretty well. I guess there's only 2 Wisp Towers, and they're at 7 million between them.
I really wish I could actually see... Wait, do I have an arrow tower? No. There's no way.
Sir.
Oh, I guess I do have a free space over here. I should make another Wisp Tower, given how good they're doing.
Mighty fine.
How much
that's a
damage are
one
they getting
tower.
per wave?
They were only at like 7 million
Okay.
for like 2 of them.
Yeah. Oh, 7 million for 2 ain't bad. Because I've got 18 impulse up to, like, 16, 17 million. And 10 tsunamis up to 17. Which is the Wisp Tower? Is it the Golden
Wisp
Orb
Towers
thing?
are they're the ones on the right side near the like entrance.
Okay. Ah.
I don't have
Yes.
enough expensive towers. Should have gotten more of that like pure essence or something. What do I do with this money? Oh, there's a light tower. Okay.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
I'm just hunting around to see if there's any... You have a regular bloom tower. Yeah, you found it.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was in the process of upgrading that from a light one. It snuck
I'm
by
trying
looking
to
a little bit like one of the Nova towers.
Sir.
Wow. My Fire 1 tower is actually, like, really good. Oh. Nope. Not taking damage from that. So what's your current total damage? Like, what all towers at the top?
All towers 35
Yes.
million.
Okay.
But realistically, I don't know if you might have built more stuff than I did. I have 31 towers. How many do you
I
have?
have 37.
Okay. Wait, and
I
yours
think
was
it's
more
just-
than 35 million?
Yeah. It was 97. I think it's...
Okay.
You have a lot of single target. Well, you kind of do.
Well, it's really that a lot of my slots are actually tied up in Nova and Windstorm towers, which apply like a 32% slow each.
Whereas I am pretty much pure damage.
Yeah.
Sir.
I guess those like impulse towers are getting about 1 million, or about 2 million each, and the Wisp towers are about 4 million each. Yeah, I guess Wisp are doing pretty well. The obelisks are actually only like about 1.5 million each now.
Yes.
Do I have enough? well towers, though.
I wish at this point you could actually buy just small upgrades for your towers. Just like,
Yeah,
give this one some extra damage or attack speed.
I haven't encountered this problem before.
No,
I think
neither
when
have
I've played, I always played without the, like, mazing. Like, I haven't played with this expansion. So, like, usually there's just, like, a big maze, and there's just a lot more tower slots than I think, like, the mazing maps make available.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is to redo the mazing right now would be, like, to lose.
It would be death. We would lose.
But yes, sitting on, like, 580,000 gold while losing to Ronald would be a little bit, like, sad too, but I do not know how to better use those.
I don't
think
know if we
have
could
this-
redo the mazing that much better either.
I'm going to sell my obelisk tower here,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make a level 4 water tower, because I have the money
Go for it.
that.
Yes.
Ready?
But yeah, there's nothing, like, more expensive than, like... Oh, I guess the 2-type towers are the most expensive, aren't they? Yeah, okay. I hadn't appreciated that before.
In terms
What's
of
that?
like
Wait, no,
sheer
never
value?
mind. 4,600, 5,100 versus... Yeah. No, 6,500. Okay, 3 types are the most expensive. Just in terms of cost.
Just to get them
Like,
down.
if you just add up the, like, total cost to put the tower down, which should be correlated theoretically with how good it is, right?
Yeah.
You know, if the Wisp towers are outdoing my Impulse towers, I should just sell these Impulse towers and make Wisp towers at them.
That is a good point. Where's my cursor?
I saw some of its placement location, but probably it just wasn't such a great Impulse tower location is really what that was
Yes.
telling me.
I
Which in
put all of my
retrospect, yeah.
impulses around the outside, where they have the least amount to do.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Wisp towers are still putting in more work, so. There's, kind of in the original game, there were spaces where Impulse towers were, like, good because there was no way to really get, like, that close to those spaces anyways, but it could, like, tag a few different locations at a pretty far distance. I don't really design mazes to have those spaces, but I'm wondering, you know, if space weren't on such a premium, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do have... No, I guess they're no longer wasted slots because I've put towers there now.
By the way, when putting something down, you can hold control to put up the upgraded version.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, so you can skip a bunch of stages. Oh, we're starting to take damage.
Yeah,
The
game
Ronalds
over,
are getting
man.
through. Do you have the Ronald skin on, by the way?
I did not know.
Okay. Because yeah, that is something that we can do. Ooh, this is worth a lot of EXP.